Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live broadcast. My name is Josh. We are live in the warehouse. We got Super Dave in the background reorganizing or organizing. Because can you really reorganize? You can only organize. It is a great day. I woke up. It's dreary outside, but I felt awesome. I went out for dinner yesterday. I had some lobster rolls. Delicious. I didn't know that was a uniquely American thing, but so that's what yesterday was all about. Welcoming everybody coming in. We see everybody spilling in here now. I want to say hi to everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Everyone's coming in here. Friday. Is ready for the weekend. What does everybody have planned for the weekend? I think I've got to do some work. I've got to do tax stuff. I got to really buckle down and do that. And I've got some organization and planning to do, mostly on the computer, needs to get done. Where is everybody? Everybody should be showing up. Come on in, everybody. Here we go. 30-second delay. There we go. Okay, everybody, welcome. How many people we have in here before I get going here? Everybody's showing up. In It to Flip, it's here. Lucky Finds is here. Snoopy Collector is here. Welcome. I usually start these broadcasts by saying what's gone on in the past 24 hours for List Easier the document or List Easier in general. Then I start discussing the numbers, and we have a major milestone that we've hit here with the numbers. That's incredible. And then I get into a topic. So I think the start of this broadcast and the middle of the broadcast are going to be close to the same. We see people starting to spill in. So I will start by saying what's changed in the past 24 hours. I've spoken in the past 24 hours to John Cincinnati Picker and Pete Craigslist Hunter, and List Easier has agreed to be the lead sponsor for the Reseller Rally in Cincinnati on September 25th and September 26th. So that includes a boat cruise. And if you want to go to that, I don't have the link for it. Somebody put the link in if you want to go to that. I've never gone to this before, but I said last time when I missed it that I wanted to. John Flippin' Ain't Easy really spoke highly of it. Pete's a great guy. You all know Pete's Craigslist Hunter is the OG. He is the big daddy, the top dog when it comes to reselling. He was, in my opinion, the first. So Pete is the OG that the OGs learn from. So it was great for him to reach out and to chat. And, we're going to sponsor this thing. I think it's going to be a great time. One of the stipulations for this, after speaking with John Cincinnati Picker, is that we just want everybody to have a good time. So no pushiness or anything else. We want people to go there, have a great time, and then spend the rest of the year talking about how much fun they had. So that's going to be on September 25th and 26th. We're happy to be a part of that because I know Pete. He is a great, great person. And I don't know John Cincinnati Picker, but from my conversation with him today, the guy seems like a straight up really nice guy. So I'm really excited for that. I've always wanted to go. I'm going to go to the boat cruise and have a lot of fun. I'm going to meet a lot of people. I think it's going to be a great time. I know those guys put on a good show, and we want to be part of it. We want to put on a good show too. So that is awesome. So that's September 25th and 26th. We are lead sponsor on the Reseller Rally Boat Cruise in Cincinnati. Pumped for that. That'll be a good time. I had a great time at eBay Open, and I think this is going to be a great time as well. Numbers. So that's really the only thing that's changed. I think we have some trays. I don't know if Super Dave is still here, but we're ordering trays, specialty trays for a lot of the items that we've been getting. So we want slide out trays. We don't. There's an inefficiency in the way we have things being put away for our books now. So we have specialty slide out trays that we've ordered that will help us pull these things in and out without creating a mess. So I think that was just ordered, and that hopefully will be coming in the next month or so. I don't know how long it takes them to make, but that's another thing that's changed. And we had a lot of sales yesterday on the bookstore, so it's flying. Things are really, really moving. Also, can I say this? Should I say this? Say it, yeah? We signed a $500,000 contract per year for 4 years. So a $2 million enterprise contract. Massive. I'm not going to say with who, but a massive, massive $2 million deal. Mind blowing. We are kind of sitting here like talking about how we can't believe things are moving so quickly. So that's also happened. And it's just, it's surreal. All this is surreal. Everything is surreal, but it's incredible. So that is another big change. I'm saying that because, we said we'd be open and honest. Monster deal, monster enterprise deal there. So huge enterprise customer. We've been negotiating that for 3 weeks and it's closed now. I just can't believe everything that's going on. It's incredible. Numbers. 2 accounts, list easier _books, list easier _records. You can go to eBay. You can take a look at our accounts, see what we're doing, see what we're listing, follow our progress. Keep us in check here. Make sure that we're telling the truth. We are. We have 10,662 listings. So we crossed that 10,000 listing threshold and we've done it in 47 days. That's incredible. Really, really proud of that. So a month and a half basically, and we have over 10,000 listings. We have $250,022 or $250,022.51. We've crossed the $250,000, guys. I didn't think we were going to do it till Monday, but we've crossed the $250,000 listed. So we are getting there. We're on the road. This is a huge milestone. I've been looking forward to this number. Next milestone, $500,000 listed, and we can do it. We can do it. And the whole thing here is if we can do this, you just need to do a fraction of it and you can do it too. So feeling good. I'm super pumped. 47 days live, total revenue, $13,842.65. Man, what a good day. What a good day. So this is everything that's going on. I hope you're all doing well as well. We did go through a few slower days, but man, these past 2 days or so have just been rocking with sales on the bookstore. We've had good sales on the record store as well. And personally, I've had good sales on my own account. Eventually, all my own stuff is going to roll into this warehouse, but it's just so busy right now. It's so crazy and so busy. Every day it's something. Like every day it's something. Another change in the past 24 hours is one of our shipping suppliers reached out and one of the owners of the company, this is a huge company, said, I want to come to your operation. We need to talk. We need to have some sort of partnership or thing working out together. Like I never had this before. So, how can List Easier integrate with their shipping software? Or how can we, build a dashboard maybe and integrate with them? These are all conversations we're having. It's just crazy right now. It's crazy. So, topic, now that we did the numbers, is the reseller rally. I think the site is like Big Cartel. I don't really know. You know what? I'm not going to bring it up too much, actually, because this literally just happened this morning. I just got off the phone like an hour and a bit ago or 2 hours ago with John Cincinnati Picker and texting back and forth with Pete Craigslist Hunter. So I don't really... Give me some time to kind of wrap my head around everything that's going on, but I'm already in my head and speaking to John like, hey, how can we make this like awesome? Like, what can we do to really make this awesome? So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and some of my friends who I've met already, just hanging out with them and having a good time. I'm really excited for it. So I think this is a perfect fit. I like it better than stuffy kind of events or, like we're on a boat. It's the end of summer. We're going to be having a good time. So I'm pumped for it. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really good time. And I know those guys are really, really straight up, honest, good people. I don't have anything bad to say about them at all. So I'm excited for it. Okay. Caleb Stone says, what's going on with John and Beard? That's a good question. I can address that. John has a new channel called The Real Flippin' Ain't Easy. You can check that out on YouTube. He seems to be running into brick walls with his account reinstatement. So he's reaching out to YouTube saying, I'm frustrated. I'm doing my best. I'm doing everything you've asked me to do. You've given me a case number. And then he's reaching out to them and they're basically saying, we've done everything we can do, or we've already dealt with it or whatever. So he's getting stonewalled, and I think it's getting frustrating for him. I do personally believe it's all going to be resolved, but anything that's going on with John, I think Beard has worked into it as well, because Beard's account was some sort of managing director or managing moderator of John's account. Like they had an integration there so that they could do videos together or collabs together. So both accounts got compromised. They were hacked by some Bitcoin thing. You might have seen the live video where some live conference and it was done by AI and it was fake, and send us 0.1 Bitcoin and we send you 0.2 back. And John's channel got taken down and Beard's got taken down. So Beard was suspended for that video, even though he didn't do it. And John's account, I don't know what's going on there. His videos are still up, but it's frozen. He's locked out. YouTube's not letting him back in. So I don't really know what's going on with that. That's kind of where that's at. So hopefully they get that resolved. I'm under the impression or of the opinion that this will get resolved, because both of them are victims of a crime. They didn't do anything wrong. They had their accounts compromised. They didn't do anything wrong. So you shouldn't be permanently, punished for something you didn't do. So I think it will get fixed, but I don't know how long it takes. I feel like John and Beard are in some sort of queue on a desk somewhere, at Google. That's what I think is going on. Andy Reno from Indiana says, we had 2 days of summer. Now it's gone. 30 degrees with 45-mile-an-hour winds. Great while it lasted. It's cold and rainy here. I'm looking outside. It's raining. The snow is still on the ground, but not much. We had a few feet and it's almost all gone now. Joe says, hello. Good to see you, Joe. Welcome, welcome. High noon at the List Easier Saloon, says Den Decor. Good to see you. Flip it good. Good morning. Rob's Special Interest says, hello. Hello to you. In it to Flip It says, Caleb Stone, they both have put videos out on their new channels. Yeah, exactly. So they're dealing with it. I feel bad for them. They've put, you put in 10 years into your YouTube, and then it gets hijacked and taken away, and there's nothing you can do about it. Really, there's no one to talk to. It's super frustrating. Caleb Stone says, what are the new channels? It's The Real Flippin' Ain't Easy and Bearded Picker 2. So those are their backup channels that they're using right now. Good morning, M. Cole. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Caleb says, thank you. Lag says, hello. Good to see you, Lag. In it to Flip It says, congratulations on the contract. Yeah, this is a massive enterprise deal. It's, it's a lot of work and a lot of integration. So although the top line number is huge, it's, it's just, it's going this way. I've said it from the beginning, and I say it because I mean it deep in my heart. Eventually, corporations, big companies like this are going to look for List Easier integrations. It's going that way. There's no way they're going to allow us little guys. I'm going to include me. Us. We're not going to be allowed to get away with this forever, where all of a sudden we're all making tons and tons of money and they're like, what the heck is going on? They will come in. So it's the same. Like the early ones come, we need special integrations, this and that, and then it's going to keep going. That's going to happen. I think we have like 5 or 7 years where you really get ahead of the game. We want to do it too. This is why the road to 100 million. I want all $100 million worth of inventory sitting here right now. Like I want to be ahead of the game. What's the score in the game? I don't know. Is there a game on? Is there a game? Oh, it's the gold medal game. Is it? No. I don't know. What is the score? Lucky Finds says, congratulations. Thank you very much, Lucky Finds. I appreciate you. Den Decor Depot says, that's a hell of an infusion. I'm sure Car Josh from a few years ago would be proud. That old minivan, that Dodge Caravan, the 2002, called it the Blue Bomb. It was falling apart, and you know what? That thing got me through some tough times, man. That van got me through some tough times. I was moving so much inventory with that thing, and then putting the seats back in and taking kids places. And I'll tell you what, I got a lot of heat from it too, because that thing was in bad shape. Like it was a rust bucket. It was doing its job, but I would drop the kids off at sporting events, drop them off at school. I would have like one row of seats in and the back filled with stuff. And I was filthy. Like I'd spend the entire day working, cleaning out units or something. And then I would show up filthy, soaked in sweat. And everyone else is in their like nice SUVs and everything else. And I was just like grinding. And the kids were embarrassed. And sometimes I'd be embarrassed too, like visible snickers and laughing. But I was like, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I know exactly where I'm going. Just keep going. Who cares what anybody thinks? And for you too, those snickers and laughs went as you grow and you achieve, that fades away. Those people then got to look in the mirror at themselves. Just keep challenging yourself, keep learning, keep growing. It's very possible. Preston says, congrats on the big deal. Yeah, it's a monster. It's a monster. Classic Faces, congratulations. Thank you, Classic Phase. Appreciate you. Adam Record Crate says, happy Friday, Josh. I hope you are swell. Adam, I saw your email. It popped up on my phone. I've been on the phone all morning. I'm going to get to my emails after this live broadcast. So I apologize if I haven't gotten back to you. I need to sit down and catch up because I'm like 8 hours behind on my emails right now, which doesn't sound like a long period of time. That's like overnight, but for me, it's a lot right now. Lag says, congrats on the big customer. I'm happy for you guys. Thank you, Lag. Yeah, it's a big one. It's pretty awesome. It's really awesome. Spam Banshee says, aloha to you, Spam. Welcome. Because List Easier is only 6 months old. It's only 6 months old. JR Road Effort says, watching from the Tesla, waiting for the wife to get her hair done, but no chat on Tesla though. Had to go to the phone to post. That's awesome. That's awesome. We are live in JR Road Effort's Tesla. What does this button do, JR? What does that button do? James Helferstay says, hello to all. James, good to see you. Andy Reno says, congrats, Mr. Galt. Hit it hard. Thank you. Spam Banshee says, congratulations on the new client and great numbers. Thank you. Appreciate you for saying that. It's been a long battle, but this is definitely a big one. Not without its challenges. So the thing is with enterprise, I call it enterprise, but these are big companies that are doing huge amounts of volume, like, lots of e-commerce sales. They all require specific integrations. So they already have their inventory management systems. They have their own processes, their own way of doing things, their own documentation. They're requiring full integration. So it is going to be challenging, but we're here for it. Which I don't know if I should say that. Should I say it's going to be challenging? Should I be lying and saying it's going to be easy? I don't think that's a good idea either. Maybe they're not watching. Maybe they are. Spam Banshee says, John and Jenna, Flippin' Ain't Easy, are on tonight on their new channel, The Real Flippin' Ain't Easy. Yeah, so check that out. Beard might be on tonight too, later on at Bearded Picker 2, and that's at 8 o'clock, so check that out. Josh, just one question. Do you believe in miracles? I believe, Lag, in gratitude, and I believe in... Okay, this is not answering your question, but I think it's important because I've been watching Joe, Profit First Reseller, struggling with this. I believe it is important to be genuine, to challenge yourself all the time, to sometimes do the things that you don't really want to do that have to be done, to build strong relationships, and to be honest. And I know genuine and honest are kind of the same thing, but to be honest above board. So, for example, this reseller rally that Craigslist Hunter is putting on, and John Cincinnati Picker, both of them. The reason why I jumped at it, I'm like, yes, of course, is because when I was at my lowest point with everything, like I was struggling and I was like, I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if this is the right thing. Pete did a video on his channel, which didn't perform well because it was way outside of what he normally does. And he's like, basically did a live saying, is it worth it? A response to Josh Galt. Then he went on to the Profit Playbook podcast. We didn't have that many viewers. And he discussed with us. And he's like, if you ever need anything, call me, text me. And I did. And that, I mean, Pete is showing that character when I was at my lowest point. And at my lowest point, most people were pointing fingers and laughing. And he's like, no, you've got it. I believe in you. Keep going. Don't give up. So, you know, when if he puts on an event, you know, those are the right people. Like these are your people. I've seen too many times in reselling communities and circles and everything else where, you know, content creators will jump from one thing to another. So someone will say this for $100. Don't say that. Or say this bad thing for $100, or do this, sponsor this, sponsor, and they're jumping all over the place, and none of it lands because it's not genuine. It's disingenuous. But when you have that kind of relationship, it's solid. I think, you need that to become successful. You need people to trust you. You can't hop around all over the place, you know, screwing people over, backing out of deals, all this other stuff. People need to be able to trust you and know that you're there when you need them. I learned this early on with, I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos. I know you have, but there was a time where one of my suppliers had a storefront and he was not getting any walk-in traffic. I don't know if it was street construction or it was bad weather or whatever the case may be, but he was not getting any walk-in traffic. And he said, I need you to buy a big lot of stuff from me. Because I'm not going to make my end of the month. Like I won't make my rent. And I bought it off him. And I don't even know if I ever broke even on that deal. But I had made good money on previous deals where he supplied me. So to preserve the relationship, I was like, I can't really afford it myself right now at the time. I don't really need this inventory. It's not really right for my store, but I bought it anyway to preserve the relationship. And later on, that led to that huge, massive StereoView deal. Even our current supplier is like, we have this other stuff that we would like to sell. We think it'll do well for you, but we need to move it out of our warehouse. And we're like, well, he's like, look, we got to preserve this relationship. It's worth it. That's where you get success because you can rely on each other. Guys like James, Kevin Commonwealth Picker, Bearded Picker, John, Primo Chemo, ADH Dave, Philly Flipper, Pete's Craigslist Hunter, Cincinnati Picker, more. Not even Corey, Grams and Pops Vintage. Like I can't even think of them all. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but all these people, I would go to war for these people, man. Because when I needed them, they were there, and if they ever need me, I'm there. That's how you do it. You build that community. You don't rip each other apart, stab, and play games. You create that community, and it's better for everybody. I believe in that wholeheartedly. I think even the trust and the honesty and the relationship go further than anything else, because it's like you almost have a huge, massive company. It's really a conglomerate of people working together, but you have a huge, massive group of people that are all working for the same goals, of honest, trustworthy people that you can count on. I think that's where success comes, a lot of it, if you're moving in the right direction. And reaching out to people and challenging yourself and being an optimist, and even in the worst times, which is sometimes hard to do. Ken Huey says, are you seeing any issues related to the images getting broken? I've seen over 600 go away recently. Seems to be related to end and sell similar. Of list easier items, problem is not list easier. Yeah, so this photo item, photo images thing, James brought it up yesterday. Essentially what has happened is it's not just list easier, by the way, it's across the board. So some list easier users noticed it, others not. Some just regular eBay users noticed it, some others not. This is a known issue on eBay's part. I think it's a server. In my opinion, something happened where they lost the information or there was broken communication. And then rather than pinging a backup, they pinged somewhere else and it didn't pull the photos from somewhere else and it corrupted the files. So this is a known issue that they said that they're fixing, or they would have it resolved at a certain point. James did a video on it. We've had our users who have been in communication with eBay and eBay's devs. We have been in communication with eBay and eBay's devs over this. There's nothing we can do about it. This is all on them. So when we hand over listings to them, they take it and that's it. They ingest it. So if they have a server failure or a communication error and they're unable to ping backups or whatever the case may, whatever it is, there's nothing we can do. I mean, that has nothing to do with us. So, with I think the date was sometime, I don't remember exactly, but it's like August 5th to November 10th. I think anything listed in those days are at risk. But yeah, so that's essentially what's going on there. So if you have listings, any listings at all that you've listed in those dates, be careful with an incel similar. James did a whole video on it, so check it out. He's deep in the information because he's talking to other people who are having this issue, Ken. Eric Bresci says, I also want to publicly thank Josh, Scott, and James for helping and answering questions and being transparent and helping us out. You're welcome, Eric. Eric, you're a good dude too, man. You're a good guy. Cindy, where pigs fly farm, says, your grind has paid off. I have learned to not care what others think. Wish I had learned sooner. Yeah. And also, though, separating the signal from the noise. When I was first doing YouTube, let's say I'm doing YouTube videos, and I'll say something, and honestly, it didn't matter what I said, either on Profit Playbook Podcast or my own videos. There's always one or two people who are following me around for 10 years, and they say the exact same negative things. Like, it's always something. And then when you engage them, you're like, why did you say that? It's more, and it's more, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. The thing is, they don't know me. They might not be real. It could be a burner account from another content creator. Like, I don't even know who this bot or person is. And really, it doesn't matter. That's noise. Of course, they don't have my best interest in heart. They have their own best interest at heart. So they're always, if they get joy out of like picking at you, or maybe let's assume people are doing it out of the goodness of their heart, Cindy. Maybe people see entrepreneurship as too risky and they have tried it themselves in the past and failed and it hurt really bad and they don't want that for you. So they discourage you from doing it because they're like, you're going to get hurt here and fail. Maybe it's coming out of the goodness of their heart. Either way, you got to walk your own path. You got to walk your own path. And if you choose to walk your own path and you want success, you have to walk it with integrity. And throughout your journey, you will be tempted with things that don't matter. And that is also noise, not signal. It's only when things align with your journey. So let's talk about eBay for a second. You're an eBay seller. As an eBay seller, what matters? For your eBay selling business, what matters? It's only one thing, the customer. You put your SKUs in your title. Does that benefit you or the customer? Benefits you, not the customer. Don't do it. Does repurposing old tampon boxes and pizza boxes and stuff and shipping it out to the customer, does that benefit them or you? It only benefits you. It doesn't benefit them. They don't want to see that. So don't do it. Doesn't benefit the customer. So maintain customer focus. And you have all these other noise temptations, but if you core focus on your customer and you constantly ask yourself how to make it better for them, how do I improve? How do I make it even better? How do I improve? The answers will arrive. And that's where you'll find your success. Customer changed their mind and they want a refund or a return. Do you accept the return or do you just fight them? Well, what's better for them? Hey, no problem. You didn't like it. just send it back. I'll refund you. No big deal. You want to be like, why are you wasting my time? But that doesn't benefit the customer. The software for us, List Easier, the software, it's the same thing. The focus is, how do we make it better for the customer? Like what is the pain point? How do we make it better? How do we make it even better? How do we make it even better? And you talk to people like Eric is saying, thank you for answering the questions. That's talking to people. They'll tell you what they need and then you do it. And you just walk the path with integrity. And when you have things like, something that doesn't align, like if someone's saying, hey, promote my bicycle company as well, that doesn't align. That doesn't make it better for our customer. It doesn't make it better for our business. That would be a low integrity thing for a quick payout. It's not worth it. It's never worth it. Stay focused on your customer and walk with integrity. There's a lot of success to be found there. And that success will initially show up as relationships, which are even more important. The relationships, having a good relationship with people. Thank you for unlocking that, Cindy. Success is, people say success in terms of like monetarily, right? The money, how much money you're making or whatever the case may be. But you find more happiness and success in relationships and doing something that matters or that helps other people. There's way more success there. Like that feeling is way better than numbers in an account. Does it make sense? I have no envy for people that are driving around muscle cars, exotic cars, and blowing money at casinos and all this other stuff. I don't envy that. But if you walk with integrity, everybody speaks highly of you. Like no one's going to say, well, that person, they have nothing negative to say. That's so valuable, and to have that trust. So then as you build, they believe in you. They're on your side because you've never done anything to break that trust. Eric Bressy says, and spam Banshee and chemo for sure. Absolutely. I YouTube that in brackets, says, hello here. I'm new. Welcome, YouTube that. I'm glad to see you here. Reseller of everything. Great. That's awesome. You're in the right spot. We're chock full of resellers and businesses here, so you're in the right spot. Lag says they are watching. I believe in that. YouTube that says, I believe 100% you can make something happen for someone right now. A miracle that is. The story. Oh, I got to make sure I don't mess it up. Here, I'll say it in my own words so that I don't mess the parable up. But belief without action will not yield results. So if two seeds are given to two brothers and one holds the seed and does nothing with it, he will not yield any, even if he believes in the seed, he will not yield any result from it. If the other plants it and tends to the crop, the seed will yield a plant. So belief without action it won't get you anywhere. You have to act yourself. You have a part in this. There's an active role, an active participation that has to happen. You can carry that belief, and that belief will take you very far. But your actions have to match your belief, and you have to participate actively, which comes with a lot of adversity at times. Lucky Find says those are real friends. I agree 100%. Finland 2, Canada 1 at the start of the third. Jovial, Rhonda. Canada hockey's not having, we're hurting. We're not having a good time here with the Olympics. Beer King Picker says, hello, Alex. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. B-Nudes says, hi to everybody. Welcome, B-Nudes. Happy Friday. Craig, the Land Shark Picker, says, good afternoon, all. Craig, good to see you here. B-Nudes says, anti-social media. You just got to be careful. There are a lot of people who...
Hello?
Hello?
I don't see anywhere to put the money.
Money? Well, I'm the guy for money.
I knew that was coming.
What do we got here? Is this?
Well, I put it in the mailbox. I don't see the mailbox.
Is this for David?
Bill.
Bill.
10 cases.
Oh, okay. He's in the house. You want to check the house?
Want to go to the house?
Yeah.
They had a mailbox. Did somebody steal it?
I have no idea. I would talk to him. Yeah, head up to the house. There's a guy there.
Sorry, what's his name?
David. David. Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was all about, but someone was trying to pay cash for something. I might have to deal with this because I don't think he's here. I think he's out for lunch. You know what? I think he's out for lunch. Okay, you want to show me? I'll take you. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Sorry, everyone. This is an active warehouse, so we just had somebody show up. But I forgot what I was talking about, so we're gonna keep moving on. But now I got some rain on me. It's really hammering out there. Diane Vanderlinden says, hello, good to see you. Diane, welcome, welcome. Lag says, I don't mind when I get a pizza box. It makes me very hungry. I had it before. I ordered a record. I don't remember which one it was. Not Alice in Chains. Oh, it was Jane's Addiction, of course. And it came in a Domino's box, but the cheese and everything was still in it. And they shipped it that way. And the record was okay. And I remember, this is probably 2 years ago, I did a video where I'm like, why are people doing this? And I'm telling you all, the overwhelming response, maybe it was 3 years ago, I don't remember, was, what's the problem, Josh? If you got the item, who cares? Who cares if there's cheese pizza in there? Those people are all gone now. They're all gone. They're not selling on eBay anymore. They're pretty much gone. Show up every once in a while, but the market took care of them. That's no way to operate a business. Diane says, I no longer allow myself to have potato chips in the house, but pizza, maybe tonight. You guys are going to make me eat pizza. Josh, do you have any hobbies? Says Lag. Yeah, I like golf, Lag. I enjoy golfing. So, if I need some time, first of all, I'll say alone time. I enjoy alone time. So I will leave for like 2 hours and just sit at the lake and just stare and not say anything. And I find those moments are where I come up with really good ideas or I do my best thinking. I like golfing. I like to golf, like do the golf simulators. I like trying to get better at it. That's a hobby I've picked up. I like exercise. I'm not in the greatest shape. Like I'm not in the shape that I used to be, but I really enjoy exercise. And I really like old photography. Like I love that stuff. I find it interesting. The old daguerreotypes, how the Victorians conducted themselves. I find that stuff really interesting. But if I were to say what's my main hobby, I also like flying. So in the spring, I'm going to do my ground school and my in-flight training, so I'd like to fly more. But I love business. I find business interesting. I like learning about it. I like how psychological it is and how much it requires you to break molds of thought and consistently challenge yourself to get better. Like, I like all those things about business. We're talking about pizza. Diane says that the dogs are getting sick from eating iguanas. That's disgusting. Record Crate Adams says hi to Bridget. Saying hi back and forth. Good afternoon, Grams and Pops. Corey, good afternoon to you as well. Sounds like you know about brewing plants. I don't know. Well, I am Dutch lag, so I grew up in the greenhouses. But I am straight edge. So that is an annoying thing about me. I am straight edge. I was wild in my 20s and even into my early 30s, like the way I treated myself. And after that, I went straight edge. Eric says, what's everyone's plans for the weekend? I've got work to do, Eric. For me personally, I have to do tax work. I do have to get caught up on some of that stuff. So that's going to be a big one for me. Missy says, good morning. Super slow morning here and late to the chat. That's okay. Just keep going. Keep putting the inventory into the system. It will pay back. The host went ghost, said Beard King Picker, Alex. I'm back now. Like says, I like this. You should leave the live on 24/7. Well, yesterday I cut early because the owner of a logistics company came by. We're working on having pickups here, sort of gaylords of shipments coming and going. And he was wondering if we could operate regionally as a regional collection point. So I cut the live early, but maybe I should have included that. It would have only been like 5 minutes. There are many sides of a mountain, humanity, says B-Nudes. James says, everyone grab something while he's not looking. Eric says that would be awesome to do a 24/7 live. Yeah, it would. I think the problem is there are secrets that we keep. So we don't divulge enterprise client contact information. We don't divulge any of the private label product that we have here. And we don't divulge any ongoing negotiations. So if we left this live, you guys would pick all of that up. The other thing is Super Dave and Spencer the Oracle, who are here all the time, both value their privacy. So the world that I live in, they don't want to live in that world, and I don't blame them. Andy Reno says, hey, Josh, welcome to the real world. Nothing fake here. Exactly. Yeah. Stuff happens. It happens. Preston H says, my last 24 hours on eBay were crazy. 6 book sales. Let's go. How's everyone's sales on eBay in the last 24 hours? Mine have been good, and the list easier sales have been good. But I do want to say this. If there's server communication issues or servers are down or someone's updating something or there's some sort of weird cycle where only a certain number of items get shown in advertising at a time and you're rotating in and out, whatever is going on, the only thing we can control is our inputs. Like, we get the best stuff we can, we put it up, we have our processes, and we just follow the process. I can't control any of the outputs, and I've come to realize that. Even if I knew what the man in the box was working behind the scenes, or the man behind the curtain is better. Man in the box is someone who's passed away. But even if I knew who the man behind the curtain was and all the levers he was pulling, it still wouldn't matter because there's nothing I could do about it. All I can control are the inputs. I can't control our revenue that's it. I can't control the revenue, just the dollar amount listed and the number of listings, and making sure I'm getting the best stuff I can get. Making the best deals that I can make. The output, I have no control over. I just have control over inputs. So I think if we have slow days, it just sometimes you're like, man, why is this happening? Like, this is so frustrating. you might have the following day after a couple slow days, like a huge $1,500 day or $2,000 day. Who knows? I don't know why it goes that way. It just seems to work that way. So we're just putting the inputs in, and that's all we can control. Ah, Jovial Juggler says, Happy Yukon Heritage Day. Shout out to Yukon Cornelius. You have found your peppermint mine. Congrats, Josh. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate you. That is a reference to Rudolph, the claymation series or claymation movie. Adam says, I care. Hope you're doing well, Adam. Lag says, there's a place here that does a coal brick oven pizza with charred edges. Pizza tonight. Yeah. Oh, stone pizza is the best. Pizza done on a pizza stone is definitely the best. And I maintain that anchovies on pizza are delicious. Record Crate says, Hi, Jovial. Thanks for the calf muscle tip. I will research. Nice. D&D. What is D&D? Lag. Spam Banshee asked Lag what Lag's hobbies are, and Lag said D&D. I don't know what that means. Mike Seller, South Dakota says, Happy Friday from Mike and Ranger. Mike and Ranger, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. There you go, Diane Vanderlinden. There's a Dutch last name. Yeah, wooden head, wooden shoes, wouldn't listen, right? Like saying hi to Record Crate. B-Newt says, sales have been fair at best. Same thing I say at most restaurants when asked how my meal was. It was fab. Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, okay, Dungeons and Dragons, nice. Thanks, B-Newts, for clarifying that. Yesterday, went out for dinner and had a crab cake and a lobster roll. And it was so delicious that I ordered it a second time. And I never ever do that. It's like, wow, that was satisfying. That was really good. And I was like, no, gotta eat. This is delicious. Like, this is delicious. One thing I've never really gotten into has been oysters. I not even just the smoked oysters, but the shucked ones. I had them in Boston, and I was like, I think it's texture. Maybe it is delicious, but that slimy texture, something about it does not sit well with me. So I've tried to get over it, but I can't. I just don't like it. I've tried. So yesterday, the guy's trying to sell me on these, and I'm like, I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sure they're delicious and everything. I just can't make it happen. I apologize. Eric Bressy says, what are your thoughts on free shipping versus charging for shipping? You got to do what's best for you, Eric, is my opinion on that. So if you can swallow free shipping, I mean, the customer prefers to know what the pricing is up front. So if you have something for $20, they kind of just want to pay $20 for it. So when they go through checkout and they get shipping and handling charges, taxes, and then shipping charges, they're like, okay, well, my $20 item is now all of a sudden $32. They don't like that. So you'd almost be better off to just put it as $32 and then not charge any of that stuff, if possible. But you got to do what's best for your business. The problem with free shipping is you can't paint it with a broad brush across the board. If you are selling ticket stubs or sports cards, you might be able to get away with it, and just use the sports card envelopes. Then it might work for you. But if you're selling vacuums, free shipping might not work because the cost to ship something down the road versus Northern Alaska or Hawaii, it's varied so much that you almost have to use calculated shipping. So I think it's just whatever works for your business. I'd love to say, yes, free shipping is the way to go because I know that's what the customer prefers. But at the end of the day, you have to do what works best for you. I went from free shipping on my own personal account for the under 16-ounce items to $2.99. And that was to cover tariffs. I just, had to do it. I had to pass it to the customer. I can't eat that myself. We don't do this to lose money every single year. We do our best for the customer, but we're not going to be around for the customer if we don't get paid. Lag likes Warhammer also. I liked Risk, Lag. I was big into Risk. M. Cole says, Josh, do you fear that your bulk buys will ever dry up? No, and I'll tell you why, M. Cole. So the question is, are you afraid that your bulk buys will dry up eventually? My answer is no, because everybody in this business that I know has this disorganized mess of stuff. The bigger the company, the more pallets they have. Like dust-covered pallets, dozens and dozens and dozens of them, and they don't even know what's in it anymore, and they don't have time to deal with it, or they have garages filled with stuff, or storage units packed to the front. There's so much stuff out there. Factories have been producing stuff for over 100 years. It's everywhere. All sorts of things. So I'm never worried that we're going to run out of things. We will run out of time. We will run out of money, but stuff is like an infinite resource. You can have, if you went right now, M. Cole, to your local flea market and you just went to every single vendor and said to them, whatever you have in your house, I'll buy it for between $2,000 and $5,000. Like whatever you have. If you did that across a flea market, like 10 to 20% are going to say, okay. And you could show up there and see like $100,000 worth of stuff. It's just everywhere. It's everywhere. There's stuff everywhere. So I don't think we'll ever run out of bulk buys. It's just, you got to keep knocking on the doors. You got to keep making the phone calls. You got to keep reaching out to people. And then when you have that strong partnership, you got to be a partner. So that partner doesn't mean you always help me. Like, you give me pallets of stuff, I make lots of money off of it, and that's the relationship. It also has to be, hey, I'm running out of room. I know this isn't really what you want, but you got to take this stuff too. And you say, okay, you got me this time. Next time, I got you. That's how that relationship works. You can trust each other. But I don't think you ever run out. There's so much stuff. There's stuff, swimming in stuff. The world is swimming in stuff. Like Asia, Vietnam, China, Thailand, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore. They have been Vietnam, Thailand. Did I say them all? Pretty much. They have been pumping stuff out full time onto the earth for the last 40 years. Maybe longer, since occupation. Since like 1945 or 46. Like pumping it out. Seas of stuff that you can have all these thrift stores getting free things and they're throwing it out because they can't handle it or they're bailing it and sending it somewhere else. You just got to insert yourself in that and take a small little piece of it. Get yourself making deals, a small little piece of that. See, the problem was before that you couldn't list this stuff. You could only do like 30 or 40 or 50 items a day. So you're killing yourself. Now you don't have those constraints or those bottlenecks anymore. So, but stuff will never stop. It's infinite. It's everywhere. Drive down the road. And I bet you every other house on the road that you drive down, maybe every third or fourth house, so at least 25% of the houses keep their garage doors down. Why? Because it's packed from the front to the back with random stuff in boxes. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You ever go to the garbage dump? Like to dump stuff off and you're like, you look in the bin and it's all good stuff in there? It's just everywhere. It's everywhere. That's not going to dry up either. Andy Reno says worms. Lag says, I love the fried oyster sandwich if you use spicy cocktail sauce. I've heard other people say that too on a sourdough bread sometimes. I can't do the oysters. Come on, family, hit the thumbs up for the list easier. Family says, Lucky Finds, hit the thumbs up. I see one thumbs up. Come hit the thumbs up if you want. Beanut says, real free shipping in the USA is an instant line item write-off. It's not boosting the price and calling it free. I agree. Rhonda says, try steamed oysters with lemon and butter next time, Josh. They are delish, not that slimy, yucky texture. I think it's a texture thing. I really do. So, and also shrimp. I've told this story before, but I had the cold shrimp on ice with the salsa sauce in the middle or whatever it is. I got so sick off of that it turned me off of it for a long time. So I'm having my seafood comeback now where I'm really enjoying seafood. Like I prefer it. Whereas before I struggled with it. And I'm also getting to the age where I don't feel great after a hamburger or two. When I was younger, I could eat like 10 hamburgers or 5, maybe 10's an exaggeration. I'd have 5 hamburgers and I'd feel awesome. I could go for a run. Now I'm like, well, I just had that hamburger and it's kind of ruined the rest of my day. So things change. B-Newts is talking about promotional write-offs. Like says, that's my pet peeve. I can't have a garage I can't use. You know, stuff is everywhere. There are barns full. It's just everywhere. The problem is what a lot of people do, and with good reason, but what a lot of people do is if someone has a bulk, like they want to get rid of everything, the pain point for that person or that company is, I don't want any of this stuff lying around. But what the buy side does is, can I come by? I'm interested. But what they want to do is pick only the good stuff. But the thing is, when you want to pick only the good stuff, you're not relieving their pain. Their pain is they need it gone. Their pain isn't, I need only the good stuff removed. It's like, I need everything removed. So if you address their pain point, which is get rid of this stuff, you have a much better chance. So if someone's selling 1,000 of something, 1,000 records, if you're going to show up there and say, I'm going to buy all 1,000, and then you say, actually, I only want this 75, and I'm only willing to pay 50 cents each, they're going to say, you know what? You're wasting my time. Get out of here. So you want to commit, you got to commit. And once you commit and you make that buy for those 1,000 records, there's a business card and there's a, hey, it was hard work. Like, I know I'm in your house, but why don't we have a coffee? Like, you want to have a coffee with me? We'll sit down and talk. And then you talk. And then the conversation gets to, I've been doing this for this many years and all this and that. And I know this other guy. He might actually, now that I mention it, he might actually have 1,000 or 2,000 records too. I know he's looking to sell. Boom. There's your next deal. But you got to talk and you got to get out there and do it. Wheels and Resin says, been bored now. I want to work. Homeward bound. How are you feeling, Wheels? Are you feeling okay? Let us know how you're feeling. But slow down. Don't push yourself too hard. I know that feeling. I like pushing myself too, but you need, just... Tammy says, hi, Spam. Tammy has been head down working hard. Today, 2 of my accounts ended listings, and the pictures are back. Boom. So maybe they got it fixed. Tammy, maybe they fixed it. Well, that's good. So some people are getting pictures back. That's good. They fixed it. Diane Vanderlinden says, my relatives all ate pickled herring. Yeah, but I never tried it and never will. My mom was big on pickled beets, pickled herring, pickled eggs. And that's a big Amish thing too, pickled eggs. I never really got into it. And it's flip. It says, Diane, you are missing out. Beanut's saying that they ship items between $6 and $9, and they're seeing 17 plus. Wheels is feeling better now that he's on the new meds. That's good. That's good. Talking about calculated shipping, and Axe Monkey Tammy says, it's funny, my 3rd account was fine, and now it's broken with pictures. Something's going on. They're up to something. They're always working. I don't know what's going on. But I will say, when we give listings to eBay for ingestion, it's theirs now. They get it for good. So it's like a bakery. We give them the bread. We don't know what happens to it afterwards. They take it and it's theirs. So if there's communication or pinging or internal server errors or something happens, months and months and months down the line, there's nothing we can do about it. I feel like we probably got overly involved when we shouldn't have, because we were concerned. But with that, everyone, have an awesome weekend. Please, this weekend, relax, enjoy. You know, if you have to ship. Don't go crazy on the listings. Just have a good time. Enjoy yourself. It's weekend. Spend time with the family. Life is short. We got to enjoy it. With that, everyone, take care. And we'll see you on